I literally start with the absolute horror that will be unleashed upon mankind.
We have just learned about this manga feature adaptation, which is in the early works at Columbia Pictures. And that is the Akito Fukushi Made in Abyss, which Kevin McCullen is adapting. Roy Lee's Vertigo Entertainment is producing, along with Bullet Train and hero actor Masaoka. Made in Abyss has spawned a 2017 anime TV series and a sequel film that premiered in Japan in January 2020, as well as an action role-playing game in digital publication.
That game is coming out at some point.
Made in the Abyss follows an orphan girl, Riko, who seeks to find her mother, presumed dead, after she descends into a giant hole deep in the earth called the Abyss. Riko's adventures are with her robot friend Reg. The Abyss contains artifacts and remnants of a civilization long gone, and is therefore a popular hunting spot for cave raiders. Those who enter the cave can experience a curse or malady. Riko's mother, Lisa, was one of the last notable explorers of the Abyss.
And we'll pause for a second. Just why? Why is this happening, Andrew?
Don't you know?
Continue.
McCullen's first feature, which he wrote and directed, Low Tide, was released theatrically at A24 after premiering in competition in Tribeca. He is the founder of the NYC-based production company Boy and Star. McMullen's next feature, First Harvest, was included in 2019, Blacklist and Bloodlist. Got Free and Automatic are producing. He is also writing an original monster movie for Amazon Studios. McMullen is repped by WME, 2AM, and Goodman, Genow, Shinkaman, Melkerson, and Christopher LLP. Roy Lee's Vertigo and Oka Morbius Productions, Mobius Productions, have teamed on such products as Death Note 1 and 2, and Promised Neverland. Oka is separately producing Attack on Titans and Akira.
Yeah, so you know those Death Note movies that were really shit?
So they're trying to do live action,
Yep.
essentially.
Yep. Oh, this is gonna be so shit.
At first reading it, I didn't pick that up because I didn't see the live action right away. But then the more you kept talking about it, I'm like, oh.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be so fucking abysmal.
Made in the Abysmal.
And Made in the Abysmal is gonna be correct, because like, what the fuck is Kevin McCullen? What else has he made? Probably nothing good.
Well, it said he worked on Death Note.
Well, yeah, but that's not that's not something you should be proud of.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I've never heard of any of these things.
Somewhere there's going to be somebody who loves it.
Yeah, there's also people who love, like, The Last Jedi and Child Rape. They're both pretty bad.
And pretty equal.
Pretty equal, they're horrid.
The person fulfilling the act in both cases needs to be strung up and shot.
I agree. I'm just so sad. Because I saw this article, at first I thought it was like in April Fool's I was getting late. Because this is just too stupid.
You know it's going to be even worse?
When
watching them live act in Bondred.
Oh, I don't think they'll get that far. Or they might try and shove everything into once. But I think they'll probably just try and do what the first... I don't know, they're going to try and fit both the whole entire first season into one movie, I guarantee it.
Yeah, because otherwise, where do you think they would try to get to?
Yeah. Then, for those watching, listening, Made in Abyss is fucking amazing, and you should watch it.
I second that.
If you have a lot of time, you can read the manga and be like, wow, this is something.
Bondred is the monster you never thought you needed.
He really is. Then, switch to the second article and I'll read that. Because this one made me chuckle for horrible, horrible reasons. Made in Abyss, What We Expect from the Live-Action Movie by staff writer. Really? Oh my god. That's such amazing. Do you really need a live...
Are you going?
Yeah, I'll do it. Do we really need a live-action adaptation of Made in Abyss? No. We're not sure, but we're getting one. The answer to that is no. Any live-action adaptation of anime, or pretty much live-action adaptation of fucking anything recently, has been bad. I point to Mortal Kombat.
But it's so pretty, Ryan. The CGI is amazing.
I guarantee the CGI for this movie will be not very good, because it'll be very cheap.
I was making fun of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I know. I hate that movie. It was so bad. Right, for anyone who says that movie's better than Mortal Kombat Annihilation, you're wrong. Annihilation's not great, or even good. But, like, at least it's so fucking hammy, it's entertaining. The new Mortal Kombat, that was just awful. That was unpleasant to sit through.
You didn't like,
I didn't like Mary Sue in the OC.
Mary Sue character that actually has real-life plot armor?
No, shockingly, I didn't. I didn't like him.
That's a shock.
I thought he was kind of awful.
And not the cool shock like Raiden produces.
No, he was an actual fucking, like, OC. You read on, like, DeviantArt or something. My character's related to Scorpion.
The only character in that like, actually worked at all is probably the Liu Kang one.
Yeah.
But since it didn't focus on him, who cares?
No, it had to focus on OC.
OC.
It's fuck up of fusing Smoke, Noob, and Sub-Zero all into one nifty character.
Back to this monstrosity.
Back to another upcoming monstrosity. Made in Abyss is an adventure anime series adapted from the manga of the same name, produced by Media Factory, and was handled by Studio Kinema Citrus, which is famous for making anime such as The Rising of Shield Hero and Black Bullet. The anime adaptation for Made in Abyss has a total of 13 episodes and starting airing in summer of 2017. There have been several anime movies about the series as well. First two are a recap, the third one's is basically the second season. It's the next arc. So good. The plot of the series follows Rico, budding adventure, blah blah. That's not the new shit. The new shit will scroll down a little bit where it says, with a show as big as this, it was expected that a live-action adaptation would soon follow, and so it did. I don't agree with that. I don't think anyone expected that to happen, and I don't think anyone wanted it to happen. The live-action adaptation for Made in Abyss is going to be adapted by Kevin McMullen, and will be produced by Roy Lee's Vertigo Entertainment, accompanied by Masi Oka, an actor and producer from Mobius Productions. It's also reported that it was already started its early stages at Columbia Pictures. That's not good. Just don't release it. What we expect from the live-action Made in Abyss movie. During its first airing in 2017, Made in Abyss already gained a huge following because of how the anime presented itself and shocked viewers. It's not your typical adventure anime where everybody's happy-go-lucky. The series focuses on a more realistic perspective where the characters encounter horrific scenarios that traumatize them and even cause death, and it's fantastic. And that's not going to happen in this movie. Because I know when I got to some of the more fuck scenes in Made in Abyss, I was genuinely shocked. I like this so far. I'm surprised Cody recommended this to me, and then it gets to those, and I was like, oh.
Backpack.
Yeah.
Backpack.
Child backpacks. It's the future.
Future of technology.
With that in mind, we have to expect that the live-action adaptation will not shy away from the realistic and gory scenes that are present in the series. Yes, it fucking will. Because they are not going to make a rated R fucking live-action movie based on an anime in America. It's not going to happen.
This is a show about children. It needs to be rated PG.
At most, they'll make it a PG-13, and they'll probably have, say, fuck or something, and that'll be why. It'll also have to take on a more serious atmosphere, where the hardships of the characters and their struggles are highlighted. Lastly, the theme will have a much darker tone to it than your typical adventure series. No, it fucking won't. This is a live-action nonsense. It's not gonna have any of this. They're probably gonna kidify it, or at least make it more palatable for your wider audience.
Mhm.
Everyone knows a wider audience is clearly what you always should go after. It's not like it's killed every fucking franchise that they try to deal with.
Mhm.
Other things to take into consideration are the character and monster designs. That presents a very real challenge in live-action adaptation. Don't fucking do it. They're gonna be they're gonna be CGI monstrosities.
Mhm.
Because it's not gonna be good CGI. It's gonna be very cheap CGI.
Mhm.
It'll make the genie from the live-action Aladdin look like Jurassic Park. It's not bad. This.
Reading ahead, it actually talks about that.
Oh god. There are a lot of monsters and different characters with their unique costumes and abilities. In addition, the world of Made in Abyss also presents as a wall to the live-action adaptation because of its unique settings with different environments and climates. Exactly, it's going to be a fucking cave. It's going to look like The Descent, but with better lighting. And
Mhm.
also probably cheaper. And shitter looking, because I don't trust this at all. Because of the challenging design elements and settings, we'll have to expect that some scenes of the series won't be included. No fucking shit.
Mhm.
There could also be a possibility they would change the environments and looks of the characters to a much simpler version of the ones in the anime. No fucking shit. A lot of CGI would also have to be used if they want to capture the vast world of Made in Abyss. Wouldn't have to be used. It will be used because it's cheap.
Mhm.
Less time consuming, not necessarily cheap, I should specify.
Mhm.
Because you can't make a live action or a CGI area that looks really fucking good. It's just, it costs money.
Mhm.
Lastly, in terms of plot, fans expect it to follow the original series. One of the selling points in Made in Abyss was its dark and gritty storyline. The story and the theme of the show are related but are different in their respective entireties. The story and the theme of the show are related but are different?
I think he's just talking out of his ass.
Yeah. While the theme may be called the ambience, the story is the heart of the show itself. The live-action adaptation should stick to the plot and avoid making original scenes as it poses a big risk, and, although it may have big rewards, if it fails, the blunder would result in the movie's flop. Or, they just shouldn't adapt it, because if you're not going to adapt something, don't cut shit. It's that simple.
Mhm.
There's one light that gave its blessing on this humongous challenge of making a live-action adaptation of this anime series. The staff involved are pretty experienced and well-known in the industry. Masayoka and Roy Lee Vertigo have produced Death Note and The Promised Neverland adaptations.
Shame on them.
Death Note was reviled. And I didn't even hear anything about The Promised Neverland adaptation, so I'm assuming it also did not do particularly well.
Probably not.
To conclude, the live-action adaptation of Made in Abyss has a heavy burden to fulfill as it carries the massive expectations of the fan base. Several big series have already had live adaptations, but most of them failed and clowned upon, for obvious fucking reason. We trust the big names that are involved in the making of live-action adaptation of Made in Abyss for it to be a success. Well, there's a reason it's just under staff writer, because whoever fucking wrote this was paid to write it.
Oh yeah.
Like, they were probably given money by fucking these studios and be like, say this is gonna be good, please. Or maybe this whole website's full of shit. I've never actually looked.
It definitely seems very biased.
Yeah, and it's just...
You
Continue.
he would start leading towards negative, and then he would he would flip very, very heavily to the positive side before he ever got too negative.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely biased.
Yeah, it's...
The Fortress of Solitude.
This whole thing is just nonsense, and the fact that it's happening concerns me. Because I expect this to be as good as your favorite movie, Andrew, Dragon Ball Evolution.
Bad.
I know Dragon Ball Evolution is pretty much the epitome of movies in terms of the fact that it's one of the worst adaptations ever made. But I think this might be the new Crowned King.
Well, I'm not sure which movie's worse. Evolution or whatever that movie is that comes after the second Broly movie.
I think we can both agree that neither one of them should ever be watched. Because Bio Broly was awful.
My heart hurts.
My heart hurts thinking about it. Everyone prepare for a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
Also, along with this picture, what the fuck is this picture? And yes, Rico might be about to eat Mitty.